This is the last page of review worksheet 2. So again, continuing on, number 23, we want to match the correct function to the given graph. So looking at this, I know I'm being shifted, so I'm going to do this in parts. So I know, looking at this, I'm going to need a flip somewhere in there. So I know I'm going to need a negative out in front. So right away, I can cross these two off because those don't have that. And then I want to say, okay, well the next thing I notice is I'm shifting up 3. So both of these actually have that, so that's okay. And they both have the negative. So looking inside, I know I'm either going to have to shift right 3 or I'm going to have to shift left 3. So in this case, since I'm shifting right 3, that tells me I need a -3 on the inside. So in this case, C would be the option for that one. So then number 24. Looking at this looks like an absolute value function because it looks like a V. And I know there's no flip out in front, so there can't have a negative. So I can immediately cross out number C. And I want to say, okay, well look at this. I'm shifting down 2. So I want to look for something, all of these have -2 on the ends, so that's perfect. And then noticing from here, I'm shifting left 3. So I need a +3 on the inside. So in this case, my only option on this one that has a +3 is here. And this actually still works because notice the 2 out in front tells me I'm being vertically stretched by 2. So normally you'd go over 1 and up 1, but I need to go over 1 and up 2. So that A works perfectly for this. So the A is the answer to number 24. So moving down, the last 2 questions on this review are about writing our own functions given certain transformations. So on this first one, it tells me I have an absolute, it's going to be an absolute value function. So I know I'm going to have an absolute value of x in there. And it tells me I'm going to shift, it's going to be shifted right 1 unit. So if something is shifted right or left, I know it's going to be inside with my x. And if it's shifting right 1, that tells me I need a -1 on the inside with my x. And then the next thing it tells me is now it is reflected in the x-axis. So I know I need an x out in front, or a negative out in front, excuse me. And I'm also being vertically stretched by a factor of 3. So when we write this, our final answer, remember it needs to be in function notation. It's a big part of these. That's a big part of these two. So function notation. So f of x is just going to be, remember, vertically stretched by 3. So we're going to have a -3 out in front. And it's going to be x -1 on the inside. So that's number 25. Number 26, again, we're doing more transformations. So this is going to be a cubed function. So I'm going to have an x cubed. That's going to be the parent graph of this. And I know I'm shifting it down 6 units. So if I'm shifting it up or down, remember that's on the outside. So in this case, since we're shifting down, we're going to go -6 on the end there. And now we're shifting left 2 units. So normally if we're shifting left, that's going to mean that there's an x +2 on the inside. I know we want to say -2, but it's actually +2 on the inside. And then it's reflected in the x-axis, so then there's just going to be a negative out in front. So our final answer in function notation is going to be f of x equals negative x +2 cubed -6. So hopefully this review is going better for you. Good luck studying the rest of the week for your test. Just please come see Mr. Powell or myself if you have any questions. So good luck with your study session.